the things you need to do to go ahead and pass your test. The following dangerous maneuvers will result in an automatic failure. Let's go ahead and get it. If your teacher has to intervene when you're maintaining control of your car, this will definitely cause you to have a failure. Next, if you disobey the signs or signals when you're making your maneuver, meaning running a light, not using your turn signal indicator. These are really important things that you need to be aware of when you're out here driving. If you're speeding 10 or more over the speed limit, this will cause you to lose control of your car. And in residential zones, the speed limit is different than on the main street. So you as the driver need to be safe. You've got to be consistent. Let's talk about striking an object. If you hit anything on your DMV test or road test, this will cause you to definitely have a failure. If you failure to yield, this is very confusing at four-way stops. A lot of beginning drivers are out here driving. They're not consistent. You have to be consistent when you drive. Let's talk about starting and stopping. You have to do your pre-driving checks. You also need to have really smooth stops. Stops are extremely important when you're out here driving. You want to have smooth acceleration. You never want to hit the gas really hard. You want to go at the proper speed limit. Next, you want to have controlled emergency braking. When you have controlled emergency braking, you have great braking, and it results in a consistent stops. Let's talk about backing up straight, turning. You want to have your vehicle straight when you're backing up. You want to put your right arm on the passenger seat. That's going to turn your body. You're going to look out of the back window. You want to be able to back straight up. You want to be able to pull forward straight. Next, you want to have your hands at 9 and 3 or 8 and 4. You don't want to drive with one hand. You won't have control of your vehicle. That is extremely important. Also, when you can also use the push-pull technique, can also turn hand over hand. It varies from where you are, but you want to demonstrate control of your vehicle. Hand over hand when appropriate, hand to hand when appropriate. Those things are extremely important. Next, visual skills. I'm a big visual skill person. I am outside, so you hear the wildlife out here. Visual skills are extremely important. You want to identify targets. This could be kids, this could be cars, this could be people. Always identify those targets. Always know what's going on. You want to search 15 to 20 seconds ahead of your path of travel to identify potential dangers. This could be a traffic backup. This could be something on the road. You want to be able to judge proper stopping distance. This is extremely important, and have an adequate following distance. You want to check your mirrors regularly. I'm looking for eye movement. I'm looking for eye movement to the left, to the middle, and to the right. Eye movement is extremely important to keep you going and to keep you consistent. What am I looking for in a critical skill set? If you're just popping into this, you really need to listen. You want to select the best appropriate lane. You're always taught to turn into the nearest lane. Turn into the nearest lane. That is smooth and efficient. That allows you to be safe and go with the flow of the traffic. Turning in the nearest lane is the safest thing to do. If you're making a left turn, it's by the double yellow. If you're making a right turn, it is by the curb. But what if you're in a double right turn lane, a triple right turn lane? Whatever lane you're in, that's the lane you need to finish in. Are you checking traffic and signaling appropriately? 100 feet or half a block. You got to check that traffic. You got to make sure that you're safe and consistent and that you know what is going on. Traffic checks are critical, so you know what's going on. Next, do you verbalize an adequate gap? Meaning a gap is the space between traffic. Are you looking ahead, judging space? Are you just pulling out randomly in front of traffic? A DMV tester, a road tester, or a driver's ed instructor like myself is looking for consistency. Are you going to pull out in front of a moving car? Are you going to leave proper space? Those things are important. Are you completing turns in the proper lane? If you start in the right lane, you should finish in the right lane. If you're starting in the left lane, you should finish in the left lane. Let's go over some more information to help you out and be successful. If this brings you value, give it a thumbs up. I have a driver's education channel. So let's go ahead and talk about controlled and uncontrolled intersections. Are you looking for an open space? That makes you safe. You have to really look to be safe. Space becomes open when people are moving. Space becomes open when people are stopped. So you want to judge. There's a judgment factor there. Next, are you gradually increasing speed at the apex of the curve? Are you coasting through? I like to see drivers go slow into the curve and accelerate out. That's extremely important. Are you maintaining proper position? Are you hugging the right? Are you hugging the left? And let's talk about lane changes. Are you signaling 100 feet a half a block? Are you taking your time? Are you just blindly, literally blindly, not checking your blind spots, no pun intended? Are you not checking your blind spots and just cutting into the lane? That creates a dangerous situation. You could potentially fail. Are you making those head checks and checking that blind spot? Is there no steering wheel movement? A lot of beginning drivers turn the wheel and the car veers to one lane, left or right. So you want to be safe there on that. Are you gradually moving into the lane, or are you smoothly moving into the lane? Let's talk about parking. Do you know how to perpendicular park? That's on the right side. Do you know how to perpendicular park or angle park on the left side? It takes practice. It takes control. Do you know how to parallel park? Set your car up, reverse back, cut it at a 45-degree angle. Do you stop at the curb, or are you going over the curb? Do you signal properly? Okay. Are you exiting the parking space with your blinker? These are some of the things your DMV tester, road tester is looking for. If this brought you value, give it a thumbs up. Tell your friends. Please look at it on a replay. I'm a state certified instructor. I appreciate you. Thank you.